What's up, Magic Makers? Drew here. I am filming in my living room today, so I apologize if the sound quality is weird. It's a large open space. You may see my dogs, and for some reason, even though it never does this, today the desktop hard drive decided to be really loud, so I apologize if you can hear that. This is my S video for the 2018 Pagan Challenge, and for me, S is for Sabbat Wreaths. So I'm going to start at Samhain. When my mother died in 2011, she died on June 30th, and it messed me up. It messed me up for a long time, but I just felt that Samhain that I needed to do this, and so I made this wreath the year that she died. And it's a grapevine wreath. Here, this is what is called I can't remember what this is called right now. Is it a buckeye? I can't remember. They're lucky. This is a piece of petrified wood that I've got on here with some copper wire. Here is a black tourmaline. I've got my little raven on here. And just, fallish flowers. I have this. My daughter, her Halloween costume, either that year or the year before, she was a little Day of the Dead girl, and this was a veil that she had, and I thought it was very appropriate for my Samhain wreath. But when it hangs, it sort of dangles down. And so I just left it at that, really, and had my Samhain wreath for probably at least a year. For a year. Because the next wreath I made was my Yule Wreath, and I made that when we moved into this house, which was in October of 2012. So here is the Yule Wreath. And so this has kind of become a thing. I mean, a Yule Wreath makes sense, but of course I started with the Samhain one. But I've just gone from there with it. As many of you know, I don't resonate with all of the Sabbats. I mainly resonate with the solstices and the equinoxes and with Samhain, as what witch doesn't love the thinning of the veil? I work with the Fae, and my ancestors are the ancestors in general, really. And I kind of resonate with Lunasa, which is weird because it's one of the ones I don't have, but I don't actually celebrate or perform ritual or anything of that nature on each of the Sabbats. But I do have these wreaths as part of my way of acknowledging them. At the moment I only have 6. I have 2 more I have to make, but the Yule one, I've got this little owl and some wintry looking, everything on them is fake. I like the lights. I don't know if it'll work. I need to change the batteries, so I can't show you the lights, but there's a little package, and I try to pick, I like rustic, and then I also want ornaments that to me seem to represent Yule more than Christmas, and that's just in general when it comes to decorating at Yule, because I do not celebrate Christmas at all, and I haven't since before my mother died. It's probably been a decade or better. When my children were really little, we did, but we just decided to convert Christmas into Yule. As far as for us, Christmas was just presents and decorating and stuff like that. So we just pushed all the things we had at Christmas into Yule, and then it actually had some sort of spiritual significance to me and my husband anyway, on top of it. I apologize about the lighting as well. Again, I'm out here in my living room, and this is the best I've got. So this is in bulk, and for me, I wanted to represent that spring is coming, and I don't know, I associate purple with in bulk for some reason, so there's a lot of purple. My little bird, he's cute. I like him. Again, all of these are these grapevine wreaths, but they're of different sizes and shapes. Everything on my wreaths is fake. I get mostly at Michael's. This is, can you guess? It's my Ostara wreath. It's kind of egg-shaped. And again, just sort of a springy feel. I've got some fake birds and butterflies and just things that I'm drawn to that I think are pretty, that denote the season for me. I love ivy. This is my only one with ivy on it though. So next would be Bialtene, but I do not have a wreath for that. So the Ostara wreath stays on a little longer, and the Midsummer wreath comes on a little earlier than they would normally until I get that worked out. Speaking of midsummer, here it is. It is a big sort of spirally, almost like a sun wreath. And I've just decorated it with all kinds of, again, there's a butterfly and just butterflies. Beautiful, bright, summery flowers all over it. And next would come Lunasa, but again, I do not have Lunasa. So this one stays on until I put up my Mabon wreath. Lastly, hanging up is my Mabon wreath because, you know, Mabon is coming. And on this one, I want it to be an autumny feel. So, you know, acorns and all these beautiful, to me, fall-y colors, this deep green and these pale sort of browns and creams, and then some, you know, oranges and yellows, and just anything that speaks of fall to me. It's one of my favorites. Of course, I don't know. Maybe that's part of the reason why the Sabbats that resonate with me the most do. I don't know, but I am most drawn to this wreath, as well as the Samhain and the Yule, and those are my three favorite Sabbats in that order. So who knows? Anyway, my husband gets me these cool wreath boxes for the ones that'll fit. A couple of them don't fit in these, and I have a wreath bag for my Midsummer wreath. I need another bag for the Ostara. It doesn't fit in one of these, but you can get these at Walmart, Target, places like that. They're of course for Christmas wreaths, but they keep my wreaths safe. Here they are in the garage. They stack very nicely on top of each other. I really have to figure out something to do with that Midsummer wreath. It doesn't fit in anything that I have. I guess I'm gonna have to put it in a garbage bag because it's all dusty from sitting out for every year. I'm gonna have to clean it up and shove it in a garbage bag or something. I don't know, but I keep them in order. So this is Imbolc, and then Yule, and then Samhain. So I can just pull those off and pull out the next wreath that I need. I always switch them out, so whatever I need next is on top. This is my Ancestor Altar, my shamanic altar over here, and it is where I keep my wreaths in the living room. And for me, it's just a way of marking the wheel of the year in a subtle and beautiful and meaningful way. And so I wanted to share. That's my S video, Sabbat Wreaths. Thanks for hanging out, guys, and until next time, much love and gratitude.